Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering draft video. It's Al here with you, and this is how to draft MTG. We are taking on the Arena Decathlon Finals. I did not qualify more than once here. I've only got one token, so we got one crack at it. Realistically, I think that's the only time I'm going to have this weekend to play this event. So it's going to be fun. I've only drafted the cube twice, one of which being on this channel where we drafted Lurrus. So I'm not as well practiced as some of you folks out there, and certainly some of the people we'll be playing against. I'm going to be pretty psyched if we get to 3 wins. 3 free drafts seems pretty good to me. Obviously, we're going to try our hardest to get all the way to 7 wins. So there you go. If you like what you see on this channel, please do click like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Leave a comment, say hello, ask a question, all that good stuff. I'd love to hear from you. So we got ourselves a nice little decathlon sleeve there. And we got a full table. So going into this cube draft, again, I think red X aggro is very good. The Lurrus deck we drafted I think is really sweet, and I probably won't be able to resist if we see it early. Blue, Hullbreaker Horror, Sublime Epiphany, Control, also probably really good. So those are the things we're going to be looking out for. The fact that this is best of 3 changes the valuation of certain things in certain ways that I'm not fully comprehending, but I think like something like a Wrath effect, being able to board that out in games 2 or 3 probably makes it a little bit better to pick up, which I'm not the biggest fan of Wraths in traditional limited formats, but I think in the cube they're pretty darn good. And here's 2 actually. Burn Down the House is a really nice one as well. Okay, so cards that we like out of this. I don't think we like Seagate Storecaller very much. Bond 2 is going to be cute if we're doing like a sacrificey thing, but probably not. Platinum Angel, a little low impact, pretty easy to kill. So I like Doomscar out of the cards in this top row here. Or Burn Down the House if we want to force red. Knight of Autumn is fine. Siphon Insight has not been great as far as I've seen. Pay 3 life, sack this, return target creature from graveyard to the battlefield. And has Unearth. That's pretty cool. A little Reanimator. Not super into black as like a base color. Dollhouse of Horrors is a cool one. No sweet lands. So yeah, I think we start with Doomscar here. And that puts us in a spot to potentially draft blue-white control. Would be sort of the first place I think we're looking to go. Burn Down the House, I don't know that it's the best red aggro card. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The 3/1/1s are certainly a nice mode on this card, but I think you want to be a bit more of a grindy deck or a bit more of a controlling deck before you really want this card. But I do think it's really good, and it's possible it's better than Doomscar. I don't know that I believe that, but it's possible because red is just a really good color in this cube. So we'll start there. We'll see where we get to. All right, cards in this pack that we like. We've got Heliod. Whenever you gain life, yeah, it's totally fine. I'm not sure if there's any infinite combos with it in this cube. There's the green squirrel thing that goes infinite with it. If you have that and a Soul Sister creature, Mystic's Mastery. This card's probably pretty good in like a control shell. This is the one where for each exile each instant sorcery from your graveyard, copy and cast them for free. Yeah, it's really good. It took me a while to remember what that card did. Random white 2/2, bad blue dual land. So this pack's like not all that exciting, eh? Maybe we just take Mastery and kind of go from there. Could be good in the blue-red control deck. Patient Rebuilding's fine as well as a blue win condition. Counterspell not that good. Blood Artist is fine but not great. Augur of Autumn is probably the other card in this pack that's pretty exciting. But let's take the top end card. Not really starting in an aggro path, but we really haven't seen those cards. All right, Triome lands are nice to pick up, although these are not the best colors. We'd like to see a blue one, I think. Tezzeret, totally reasonable. Just little card advantage engine. Shadow Skull Smashing as a removal spell. God's Willing as a protection spell. I don't know that the Curiosity deck isn't in the cube, so I don't know that we care for that. Murderous Rider, totally reasonable as well. All these cards are reasonable. They're just none of them are like super exciting. Rada's pretty good if you have if you're playing red aggro and you got some green. Play lands from the top. That's always nice. Seek a basic land card. And then you get a permanent as well. That seems pretty good. 3 mana is a lot, though. Palladium Mirror is fine as a little ramp spell. Into the Royal is fine as a little bit of interaction. There's just really nothing in this pack that screams at me that we need to take it. So I guess I'm going to take the blue card. Or we take Rada. I think those are the 2 cards I'm most interested in there. But we just don't have really any direction yet, other than like we probably want to play a control deck. But we want some cheap cards to go with all these. Okay, cool. So Welcoming Vampire's fine, I think, in a white aggro deck. White's pretty vulnerable to Wrath of God effects, but we could pick that up here. We could just pick up Fabled Passage, actually. We're already in 3 colors, so maybe just having the fixing's pretty nice. Smoldering Egg is good in, in like a blue-red control deck, Mystic's Mastery, etc. That'd be pretty sweet. Inscription of Insight is a little bit clunky, but, does a thing. But 4 mana or 8 mana or whatever is just way too much to be taking this early, I think. Adonto Vanguard is also dope if we want to do a white aggressive thing. So, yeah, I mean, it depends on how hard we want to lean into that. I think if we were going to lean into white aggro, I'd probably just take the Vanguard, honestly, over the Vampire. But I think we'll just take Fable Passage here and just continue to stay open and see what comes, because we really have not seen anything that pushes us in any direction other than, I guess, Mystic's Mastery wanting us to kind of be like a blue-red control deck, which is good. Another Wrath of God effect. So if they have 2 creatures in play, what does this cost? 6? So they really need to have several creatures before you're interested. But I mean, that does do the thing. Rankle is probably good, pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if we want to be black or not. Probably not hostile. So it could be Watery Grave to stay open, but we're not really playing any black cards yet. So it's been a tough draft so far. Cursebearing Witch, it doesn't really fit what we have. Yeah, I'm kind of blanking here. I guess we'll just take Vanquish. Looks like we're a control deck, if anything. Would love to get some lower cost cards though. Cruel Reality, Enchant Player. Oh my god, here it is, guys. We're gonna drop everything we've just drafted. I guess we're not really. Doomscar and Vanquish play reasonably well with Lurrus. Here he is, and we don't have a good direction. Is it time to do this? Toral's Disciple. This card was like annoying but not amazing in red aggro. Have we seen a lot of stuff go by that's good with this? We saw Adonto Vanguard. I doubt we're going to get to wheel that. Eldest Reborn is also pretty darn good, but it's pretty expensive. A couple dual lands we don't care about. I think this is a perfect spot to take Lurrus and just try to do it. And if we don't get to do it, that's okay too. Like, we're not really passing anything here. Except for maybe Eldest Reborn, but we already have like a bunch of top end cards. So I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the Lurrus life. Okay, exile top 4. End of your next turn you may play. Whenever you cast a spell, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. That's probably pretty decent. This card's pretty darn good as well. Free sack outlet, draws you cards, kills their stuff. That's really good. Allrun's Epiphany is fine. We got Get to Lava Runner as a red aggro card, which I don't think is where we're going here. It also plays reasonably well with Lurrus. So does Yawgmoth, but I don't know how much we really care about being in black. I think I'm going to take the Epiphany. Or we're just supposed to take Showdown of Scalds? I don't know. Kind of feel like this draft is getting away from us. Okay, well, here's a card that I'm pretty interested in with Lurrus. Not that you can cast the Tybalt side out of the graveyard, I don't think, but you can run it in your deck, and if you should draw it, you can cast it out of the yard. We'd love to see in the comments what you guys think of the draft so far. It's a little bit of a mess, but I think we're moving into a Lurrus deck, which is a place I'm fine being. Scorch Spitter is fine, but we just haven't seen that much good red, have we? So yeah, I think I like Valky. Don't know if we're gonna play Alrund's Epiphany, but we could. Okay, so wheel pack here. Dollhouse came back. I don't think it's that good. Stormcaller, we could play. We could play an Lurrus deck. We could play this Priest as well. And it's got Unearth, which is pretty sick. And it gets Lurrus back for us. Those are all things I dig. Yeah, I think this fits perfectly with Lurrus. Seagate Stormcaller would be better in like a red-blue deck, which just doesn't seem like that's really flowing to us, but the sacrifice stuff is. Okay, what does this give you? Bunch of like kind of bad stuff. But well, Glorious Anthem's okay. Teleportation Circle. I'm just thinking we probably just want Blood Artist here, but I'm just wondering if we want to grab this thing. I think this is a little bit better in like a straight up white creature deck. And okay. So, I mean, Malakir Rebirth is good with Lurrus. The Triome land is good as well. We're going to need fixing. So that's kind of tough. We already have Priest to get it back. Tap land's kind of rough. I think I'm going to take the Rebirth. Want ways to protect Lurrus, but that's close. We need to be taking lands at some point. And all these cards are pretty bad. I think we'll take the Inscription, though, because we could actually run it. If we end up like Esper, because we're just not seeing any red at all that we're really crazy about. So yeah, I mean, we could run Inscription. We could run not Tezzeret if we want a companion, but we could run Epiphany potentially. Probably. Yeah, I guess we take Cruel Reality. I mean, I don't really see a world where we're playing the Pump Your Team spell. All right, Mana Tithe, Settle, Counterspell. Birth Meletus is good with Lurrus. I would hope to wheel that, though. We have 2 Wraths already. I don't know how much we need Settle. And actually, in a Lurrus deck, we can power out our own Vanquish without too much of worry, because if our creatures die, then we just get them back later. What we need are cheap things to get back. But they need to be like better than these, I think. Maybe we just take Birth here. Maybe that's just where we're at. To make Lurrus work, we just really need some cheap stuff. I like Woe Strider with Blood Artist a fair bit. We also don't have any removal, so Lava Coil could be okay. I think we're supposed to take Birth here to make sure that we have something to do on turn 2. I know that's not a very powerful card amongst what's in this pack, but yeah, our pack 1 just didn't go all that well, so we're not playing Cruel Reality, we're not playing Mizzix Mastery. I mean, we've got cards we can rock, it's just, yeah, I don't know how excited I am. Okay, Triome land, yeah, I mean, we do want to play, like, Weaponize the monsters if we draft it. Baral's Expertise, 3 artifact creatures to owner's hands. Cast a spell with 4 or less without paying its mana cost. It's expensive, though. Thirst for Discovery would be okay. Baleful Mastery. It's not great, but it is removal. Sometimes you just need that. I think we just take the dual land here. It's also Hard Evidence, which is pretty decent early spell for us. I think we just take the dual land. Having good mana is gonna matter a whole lot. Even though this deck ostensibly does want to play a bunch of 1-drops, I think we all. It's also like on color to splash a card that we want to grab if we see it, which is Weaponized Monsters. Okay, well these packs are a lot more powerful than the ones we saw in the first pack. So Find Finality, like it. It's green if we want to play the Wrath side of it, but even just being able to buy back Lurrus and like something else is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean something like Gearhulk would mean that we're maybe not playing Lurrus and we're going back towards playing blue. And then there's kind kind of just a bunch of other stuff here. Perforce Intervention is like not a great removal spell. I think Gear Hulk is the only other card in this pack that I think we really want to get going to play some kind of blue control. But we still don't have like the best of the best, like something like Sublime Epiphany, Hullbreaker Horror, something just truly excellent that doesn't really need a ton of support from the rest of your deck. So I think I like staying on this Lurrus plan. Alseid plays super, super well with Lurrus. Shattered Sanctum is a dual land, but we want ones that come into play untapped a little bit earlier, I think, with a deck like this. Hey, Coop's in the video. Foul Play would be a fine pickup on the wheel. Malevolent Hermit, that's pretty good with Lurrus. But Alseid is just the card you want with Lurrus because it protects it, comes back, all the rest of that. So, yeah. We're essentially just drafting the same deck that we drafted last video, which I'm okay with because I think it's a deck I understand reasonably well. All right, whenever this or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses one, you gain one. Yeah. Might be the only card in this pack we care about. Maybe Cathar Commando, because it just comes back off Lurrus. Kaya. We can't play it with Lurrus, so probably not. Yorion, same deal. Yeah, I think it's between Commando and Celebrant. I guess we'll take Celebrant. Stacks pretty well with Blood Artist, so we're in for that. And, alright. Disfigure, fine removal. Priest. Sack 2. Target player loses 2 life, sacks a creature, you add and draw a card. That's good. That should work well with what we're trying to do. I can't remember if we saw Grim Initiate earlier in this pack. I feel like we did. That'd be a card we could try to wheel. And there's also Dragon Skull Summit here, which works if we're going to end up playing any red. Because so far there's no real reason to play blue. So I think we'll just go with the... I think it's probably fine to go with the Priest. It's still early enough too. We can just prioritize more creatures. Such as Giant Killer, I guess. Fits the bill pretty well. It's got interacts with a big thing, and it's also a little thing. It works pretty well with Lurrus. It's also Magda, though. Yo. Make treasures. That's real good, too. Jeez. And Heartless Act is fine, but not great. Man, I'm tempted to take Magda here. I think I'm going to. There's a pretty real chance of us playing red, but that's pretty close. Sugar Kenra, not like really what this deck wants to do, but kind of works. Fight with Fire is pretty cool. We killed a bunch of people with last time around. Could try it here. Could try it here. This also has Eternalize. It's pretty good. I mean, we do need a targeted removal spell, but alright, Settle comes back. And there's this thing, which is fine. Yeah. Well, I don't think we want... I mean, we do actually want... Actually, we do want a land to play Fine Finality. I wasn't even thinking about that. We took Settle the Wreckage, though. Not the worst. Not really anything for us here. I guess we just take this duel in case we do want to splash blue. I mean, Predation's decent, too. I guess we'll take Predation. Sure. Regrowth. Meh. Kind of meh. Guess it's just Stomping Ground. It's not really that good, though. Thing that makes servos. Pretty slow. But we'll get there eventually. Lightning Axe. Lightning Axe isn't that bad. It's not very good, though. Not very good. All right, and rounding it out with some other stuff. Nothing we're super interested in here. So, yeah, the Lurrus thing is not going amazingly well, but got some stuff going on here. All right, so we got Golden Egg, which is pretty cool with Lurrus. Hey. So I like Golden Egg, I think, a reasonable amount with Lurrus. There's also Dragonkin Berserker, which is just a creature that comes down early and represents some pressure in the late game. I think we do just want the egg here to make sure that we have good mana, because our mana is pretty sketchy at the moment. We also want creatures. We kind of just want a lot of things. We've had a lot of blank picks, so I'm pretty nervous going to this draft, I think. Or going to this tournament, rather. Perilous Mirror is cute. Do we have ways to sacrifice it, though? I guess we've got the Priest. That's kind of it. Otherwise, there's Gutter Bones. Doesn't block very well. I don't like that. There's Deem Worthy, which is pretty clunky and slow. There's Haunted Ridge as a duel, which we do kind of need. But it's a slow duel, which I don't love. I mean, we could probably just wheel the mirror, but we could also probably just wheel the duel. So it feels like a bit of a coin toss there. For my money. Alrighty. Dalton's Bodyguard is good. So is Selfless Savior. Selfless Savior probably a little bit better. Also Intrepid Adversary in this pack. Frig, man. Why do we got to see all the cards we want at the same time? Yeah, I mean, any one of these is really good. Selfless Savior protecting Lurrus is pretty cool. I mean, maybe we take the Adversary and hope to get back one of the two indestructible dudes. It seems reasonable. I mean, I don't know. Man, that's really tough. I think I'm going to take the piece that definitely we want. It's also a 1-drop, which we need. That's close. Definitely close. Yeah. All right. Siren Storm Tamer. I don't think we're playing blue at this point. Royal Eruption is useful to us as just a removal spell. Kind of need that. Also deals damage to the opponent, which sometimes is nice. Yeah, seems good. Cut the blue. Okay, Legion's Landing is always a nice one to see. Starts making tokens. That's pretty good with the Priest as well. Shepherd of the Flock maybe comes back. Ooh, Null Priest in the pack too. It's like a little clunky at 6 mana, but it gets your Lurrus back for you, which is pretty cool. I think we'll take the landing. Having a way to make creatures, I think, is going to be pretty good with the Priest, and also just having some early plays, I think, is going to be kind of important. I don't think you're ever unhappy with this card. Skyclave Shade. Good aggro card. Pressure. Clifftop Retreat, probably just what we need, though, to play our red spells. Valor Stance, also decent, but yeah, I think we just need to take cards and make our mana better, for sure, when they make themselves available. Ojutai's Command. It's pretty good. We do have a little bit of means to splash that. Probably just take the Triumph, though. It's only 10 creatures. I think we'll take the Triumph. Alright, Lavamancer, Village Rites, Crypt Breaker. Lavamancer I did not love in the previous draft, I will say that. Definitely don't want Basri. I think we want Village Rites as a way to draw extra cards. And that's going to probably do it for this draft in terms of us getting playable cards. Take Fetid Pools, I guess. All right, so the dual land came back, so that's good. It's Thassa, pretty late. And yeah, let's rock that. Okay, and we did get one indestructible creature back, so that worked out pretty well. Or no, it didn't, because we didn't take the Intrepid Adversary. But now we have a lot of ways to protect Lurrus, so that's kind of cool. And nothing here for us. Again, not really anything here for us, but we could side it. And I know I was saying we talk about sideboarding, but we could sideboard into something where we can actually play some of these other cards. Against like a control deck or something, where maybe Lurrus isn't as good. We could actually side into some kind of like blue-white thing. I'm not really sure. So we're going to try to companion Lurrus. That's what we've been doing this whole time. And that's 40 cards right there. So if we don't put him in the companion slot, right, we get to see a bunch more stuff. Okay. So we're losing out on, yeah, like a couple planeswalkers or whatever. All right, cool. So find finality. Do we have a way to splash that naturally without having to run a forest? No. I guess we've got Magda that makes treasures as well. And we got Golden Egg. So it's pretty loose, but it does let us cast Find, or Finality rather. Find we can always cast off of double black. So I think this just might be the deck. Unfortunately, our draft just didn't go all that smoothly, but I'm not really seeing anything else we should add. So I'm going to pause and take another look at it, and we'll be right back. Okay, here's the build that we're going to go with. I'm pretty nervous, but I don't feel this draft went all that well for us. But one of the questions that I had was, are we going to play a green source in the mana base to fetch with Fabled Passage in case we want to cast Finality? And I think the answer to that is no. I think the forest is going to be too much of a liability if we draw it at any point in the game other than exactly when we need to cast Finality. We have 3 other Wrath effects in the deck as well. So I think we're going to leave that out. We do have Golden Egg that can cast it. We've got Magda that can cast it. Those are not the most reliable ways of doing that, but I think the fact that we have 3 other Wraths means that we should not splash green. I don't think these blue spells are really worth playing, so we cut the blue duels. I don't think Mizzix's Mastery is really worth it either. This is an interesting one because we could actually, it lets us cast Lightning Axe without paying a tax. It lets us cast Fight with Fire for 4 mana, which, as a repeat, or it lets us get a Wrath back if that's what we need. So we could potentially cut, Vanquish the Horde and have Mastery be a little bit of a toolbox spell for us. Overloading it is going to be a little bit tough to do, I think. We've got 7, I think, red sources, which is it's not going to be. It's unlikely to happen, and if it does happen, we're going to be getting back maybe 2 removal spells or something, or a Wrath and a damage spell or something like that, right? So it's not at its best here, but I could see an argument for maybe playing it over Vanquish the Horde. We could also side into it as well. If we were playing against a slower deck, we're going to want to side out Vanquish. We're going to want to side out probably Settle and Doomscar, and then we might bring in Mastery. But this deck's going to have a hard time playing against control decks for sure. It's already a bad matchup for Lurrus, I think, and and we don't really have a lot of ways to improve our stuff post sideboard. So curious to hear your thoughts in the comments about the draft portion. I thought it was a pretty difficult draft without a very clear lane, and then when we did get into Lurrus halfway through pack 1, we didn't see a ton of the best stuff that works with it. Didn't see Weaponize the Monsters. That's the one card I'm sort of missing the most here. But we'll see what this deck can do, and we'll see how far we can get in the Arena Decathlon Finals. We'll see you for round 1. Alrighty, we are back, and we are on the play, which is nice. This deck should do pretty well, hopefully against aggressive decks. And should struggle a reasonable amount against control decks. But basically, anytime we can cast our spells, we're going to keep the hand and see how it does. So we'll say go to our opponent here. Get a mountain off of the Fabled Passage. Okay, great. So I'm happy to see mono red across the table for sure. It should be a fairly popular choice. Something like Perilous Mirror, pretty good against this card like Soulscar Mage. So we're going to put that into play next. Next turn, we can either put Lurrus into our hand or kill something with Fight with Fire. Source would deal non-combat damage. Put that many. I guess this isn't that good because it gets Prowess, right? Yeah. Alright, so 2 to the face then. Yeah, Prowess pretty good there. Okay, so we can either Fight with Fire or put Lurrus in our hand. Bone Crusher Giant. Lurrus becomes a target of a spell, deals 2 damage. That spell's controller. So if we put Lurrus in our hand this turn, next turn, what are we doing? Probably just playing Fight with Fire on Bone Crusher Giant, assuming that's their next play. And then the turn after that, we can go Lurrus plus Perilous Mirror and try to get back in it. That seems fine to me. Yeah, too bad the mirror couldn't take down the mage there. Okay, well, fortunately for us, they didn't have anything better than Bone Crusher Giant. Ooh, nice. Royal Eruption takes care of the giant and lets us play Blood Artist. We're going to take another 2, which is annoying, but that's life. Still going to do it. Should have played Blood Artist first. I'm a moron. I am dumb. So if we lose this game by 1 damage, that's why. Yeah, that was a really big mistake. Okay, so next turn... Oh, God. Okay, we have an answer to that, actually. But, jeez. That's going to be tough. Well, we're not blocking here, I don't think. I guess we could. Save ourselves 3 damage, play Lurrus, replay something, but we need to kill this Halana. Because it just represents a whole bunch of damage. So I think our plan is to kill the Halana, which means we want Blood Artist in play because it gains us a life. So we'll take 3. Pretty rough. Dauntless Bodyguard is nice. We're not going to be able to protect Lurrus with it, but that's okay. It's just a speed bump for us right now, I think. And we're definitely just going to kill the Halana. But yeah, we're in pretty big trouble here. We're getting into big bomb territory for our opponent. We don't really have a good way of answering that. I guess, I mean, we do have a couple, 3 Wraths in the deck, but yeah. So are we gonna chump this turn with Dauntless Bodyguard? Next turn we're going Lurrus plus something. It might be Lurrus plus Dauntless Bodyguard. God. Okay. +3/+3 and trample. That's good. Yeah. Well, I guess we're not blocking then, if that's what they're going to do. Or you get a 3/3 beast. Jeez, that's huge. That is huge. I think they just pump. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, so we're taking... okay, well, I think this game's over. So for game 2, we can bring in Swift Response. I do think we're taking the damage here. I guess we could draw... I don't know. There's not really a whole lot that gets out of this. Okay, Malakir Rebirth. Does this give plus to power? No. So we go Lurrus plus... Lurrus plus Perilous Mirror, I guess. Could also play Fabled Passage off of it. Lurrus plus Perilous Mirror. We could attack the Garrick. So if it goes +3, then maybe we just need to be available for the triple block. Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'd have to triple block it. And this is all just to kill Soulscar Mage. And then, like, Malakir Rebirth or Lurrus. Yeesh. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So we don't have any attacks with Lurrus this turn because it's something sick. But, yeah, we can bring in Swift Response. We could think about bringing in the Forest, but it's probably going to be too slow and clunky to get fine finality going against this this deck. And they have like a bit more beef as well. So they're not like trying to play an all-out aggro deck, I guess. 7 damage we need to put in front of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have to put all 3 of these in front. Hopefully we're going to get to gain some life. But if they got the removal spell here, we're just cooked. So here comes a removal, probably. No. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, we're going to try this. Hopefully we get our Lurrus back. Pretty unlikely they don't just have Lightning Bolt here. But, in fact, if they do, they might just kill us. They might just be able to kill us to face with it. Okay, opponent's got Deem Worthy. I think this probably just kills us because they get trample damage. So they probably target Lurrus here. We go to 4. Oh no, I guess it counters the Rebirth. So if they... But they should still just take Lurrus down, I think. Yeah, because like then we can't really do anything at that point. So yeah, we kind of just got clobbered this game. There's not too much to like really glean from it, other than our Wraths would have been pretty good, and we want Swift Response. So we're taking 5. I guess the Perilous Mirror can go to Garrick. Oh shoot, nope. That was for the Blood Artist trigger. Okay, well, keep that in mind. For the future. Pelt Collector. Golden Egg for us. Let's see. We should have held white back probably. So if we can play a land. Sack Golden Egg. But we don't get to draw a card, right? So we'll just be sacking it to gain life. Which isn't going to be good enough. Okay. So, yikes. This is a... This is not going great, but I think this is a matchup that we can win. We just have to, draw our Wraths at the right time, get on board. We don't have a great answer to Planeswalkers, though that is something that we didn't pick up in the draft for whatever reason. So, either because I missed it or because it wasn't there. So, Mizzix Mastery... probably wouldn't have been great there. It does give us another copy of our removal spells, though, like we've said. So if we did want to cut something like Find, which maybe we don't need as much in this particular matchup. Could be good. We definitely want swift response. That's pretty much our only sideboard card. What are we cutting? Stuff that deals damage to us. Probably like Priest. That's not going to be great here. Malka Rebirth, I think, is just important to the deck. I think we can cut Priest. It is a 2-drop, which is nice, though. Okay, so that brings Swift Response in. Do we want to bring in Mastery? If so, do we want to cut Find? Or like Palaka Predation? It's actually, that's one of our only ways to answer a Planeswalker, so we probably want to keep that in. Settle. Doomscar, Vanquisher, all staying in. Cruel Celebrant. Cruel Celebrant's pretty bad. Kind of just not into this card at all. That's kind of maybe one we shouldn't have picked up. Dark Creature. This is any targets. We can hit Planeswalkers. Just thinking that Find might be useful when we get into like a grind out state. But yeah, let's try the Mizzix Mastery here. I think we're just going to need more removal to stabilize. But yeah, I don't know. Our deck doesn't have a lot of oomph to it so far. Okay, we probably do want to go first in this matchup. Yeah, I mean, we need red mana, but we've got golden egg. Or we need black mana. Basic Plains card. I guess we want red for Magda. I guess we want to turn 2 Magda. Ideally, we'll see what our opponent does. So yeah, this is a keep. Because we can trade off Magda and get a treasure. That's really good. Post got Pelt Collector on 1 here. And okay, we'll grab a mountain again. Could also go Birth on turn 2. Doesn't get us the wall for another turn, though. I think it's Magda. Also because we're missing land drops as well. I guess Birth could help us with that. Next turn we could, if we can get a clean attack with Magda, Birth can get us another plane, so we just drew one anyways. Okay, so now we have 4 mana. So could be Celebrant. Could be Celebrant plus Birth. I think we're definitely attacking. Try to get the trade here. Opponent going to jump in front. Again, I think we're fine with this. So we go Birth, search for planes, play it, play Celebrant. I think so. And we don't have anything to get back with Mastery yet, but we will have Swift Response. Oh, that's kind of bad. Cool. So Birth first. Search for planes. Give planes. Play planes. Play Selly. Right? I think so. And next turn we're going to have only 4 mana again, though. That's okay, though, I think. I think we just need to get on board. Just thinking about how we can maximize our Lurrus mana here. Okay, I ruin games. Going to become a 4/4. So we have Swift Response for that, but of course we want to cast, or we do want to put Lurrus in hand this turn if we can. So play a land. I guess we're just playing Golden Egg and holding up Swift Response, because if we can get this 1/1 dead, that'd be pretty good. It's a little bit of a a telegraph that we have it, but I think it's worth it. Ooh, I'll see it in the house as well. It's nice. All right, let's get in for one. I think we're hoping to swift response this thing. I mean, the problem is that they might just like play another 4-power creature anyways, but I think if we can protect our life total here, it's worth it. All right, well, we're doing the thing we wanted to do. See if it's any good. Hopefully they don't have a 4-power thing here. Pretty likely they do. Okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. So we can recast Swift Response at some point if we want. Golden Egg could help us Mizzix Mastery as well. So I think we put Lurrus in our hand. I'll see it into play. And that's going to be our turn. Okay, so we were able to neutralize this Ren and 7, but now we're got bigger problems here. Yeah, we're not really playing the same game as our opponent, are we? Okay, so this gives protection in the color of your choice. This card's really, really good. Boy, boy, boy. Okay, well, man. I feel like we're not really in this. We could sack Golden Egg and replay it to draw an extra card. That might be the move. Otherwise, we're playing Magda, which is also fine. I think we're just digging. We just need an answer to this Ren. So if we can find our Royal Eruption, that's kind of what we want to be doing, I think. So yeah, we'll use this to make mana. Replay the egg, I think. Get digging. All right. Well, we could go Legion's Landing or protect Lurrus. It's probably protect Lurrus. I think he's going to be pretty crucial to us not dying here. Since we can start cycling this egg. Try to find some action. All right. Opponent's going to look for some lands. Mills over. Primal Command. Huntmaster, Garrick. So just a bunch of big dudes. They're playing Great Henge. We don't have a good answer to that either. Oh boy. Yeah, I think our deck last time was better. We had Kolaghan's Command. We had a few more just good cards. Now, to be fair, we did not see Great Henge. We did not see Ren and 7 in our packs, so we couldn't have drafted those guys. But those are very, very good cards. We can each upkeep make a thing, and of course they have City's Blessing as well. So yeah, okay. So now we just need to we need to find all the things. We need to find a Wrath. We need to find all the things. Yeah, we'll take our turn. Now make stuff. Draw another land for us. Yeah, so I guess we're just cycling this again. All right. We have ourselves a Settle the Wreckage. Probably shouldn't have used my planes to replay that Golden Egg, eh? But I guess, given that we have golden egg, we can still cast Legion's Landing and have a white up, so that's good. It's funny, Bond 2 would have actually been pretty good in this deck. I don't think we wield it. And we can't play it with Lurrus, of course, but just thinking of like how can we actually win this game? That would be one way. All right. Well, let's see if our opponent Settle's not even that good here. I mean, they're probably not attacking with the Dryad anyways. And their Ren's going to be out of reach. But if they come in with... They do come in with the Mage for some reason, and they only have green creatures back, then we can at least get an attack on Ren and 7. They're not really incentivized to attack at all right now. So they're just kind of doing the thing. Boy, they got a lot of bangers in this deck. This is a card we could have drafted. But we were not... Red was not really available at our table, as I recall. Okay, search for some lands. Put a Devil's Play in the graveyard. Yeesh. And see what they want to attack with. Probably just sending the tokens only. If they even care to attack at all. I think it probably is best for them to not attack. Or yeah, just come in with something like that, sure. Alright. Probably just chump. When you attack with 3 or more creatures, transform this. Alright, let's get chumpy. Hey, there we go. We got a plan here. We got a plan. It's the Cruel Celebrant plan. I guess we'll just gain life. So pretty sure we're just replaying that next turn. Yeah. Got nothing else going on. Valky, hey. That's a card that does something. Exile target artifact or creature. Well, we could exile the Great Henge. That's something. You may play cards exiled with Tibalt. And you may spend any mana to cast those spells. Alright. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we actually could not cast the Henge right away. We could cast Soulscar Mage if we were to take that. I don't even know if we can really do this right now. So we can't protect Valky at all. They've got too many things. 7 creatures they have. They come at us with everything. We get an emblem, though. So if they did swing in with everything, we could still recast their Henge, although we might not have that many creatures. Well, I guess we're doing this. I'm not really sure. They also have Devil's Play, so there's no way this guy's living at all, but we'll take their Henge, see if we can do anything with it. Oh, I was thinking this was aggregate power. It's just the single. Oh, that's dumb. That's just a single creature. So actually, this was probably bad. Probably a bad move. Not that I think we're winning this game by any means, but maybe should have taken the Dryad. Probably should have taken the Dryad. Devil's play on Lurrus. All right, and this game's pretty well over. So let's move on to the next. Yeah, deck's pretty bad. I don't know. Doesn't really feel like it's got game. Could just be a bad matchup though. This is kind of like the types of threats they're playing we don't really line up very well against. But I think it might just be our deck's not very good. So we'll try another one here. All right, we're back. We're on the play. We'll take it. We have a pretty good draw here. Malika Rebirth we could play as a land, but we actually don't need black for anything yet. It could just be Dauntless Bodyguard and just sort of see what happens. Opponent takes a mulligan. And yeah, I think I like it. Another potentially aggressive deck here. Yeah, I'll just play this land tapped, swing in. Next turn we can put Lurrus in our hand. And the turn after that we'll have Settle up. Yeah, alright, well this is a deck where, this is a matchup where Settle is probably going to be okay. Vanquish the Horde. Alright, well we're not attacking, so we'll pass the turn. Opponent's got a Chandra. Alright, well I guess we're taking 2. Probably want to start pressuring their Chandra. Plus, if this dies, we can play Lurrus and get it right back. I think I dig that. We're going to take it. We'll just play Perilous Mirror. And say go. Okay, opponent makes a couple dudes. Down to trade a mirror for... Oh yeah, okay, that's pretty good, yeah. They're going to get to make a dude. Tapped and attacking. I kind of just want to kill this Battlecry Goblin, I think. We're going to get to kill Chandra anyways. Yeah, makes sense. Take our turn here. It's the only thing we don't get to do if we replay the Perilous Mirrors. We don't have protection for Lurrus. So we actually probably want to wait on that. Probably actually sacrifice this. Is this on ETB, right? Yeah. We want to make sure we have white available. Replay. All right. Pass it back. See if they're going to try to kill Lurrus here. No. All right, we'll try the same thing again. Destroy target creature or planeswalker control investigates. See if this is good. And we're going to get to investigate as well. And we get to potentially... Ooh, that's nice value. That's nice value. Yeah. Take that. Ooh, and we can play Magda? Oh, I guess, Oh no, Lurrus, yeah, Lurrus is still protected. I was thinking he wasn't protected because he or she got removed, but then Lurrus still came back before the bodyguard resolved, so Lurrus is protected. Alright, well, I do like our spot here. Maybe this is a bit of a better matchup for this particular deck. 2/3 flying vigilance, non-creature spells. Costs 2 more to cast. Yeah, that's pretty good. How do we get by that thing? Could get a little bit aggressive here and swing it with Lurrus. Valky can come down next turn, so yeah, we'll hold on to that. Try to pressure a little bit here. Sorry, swing with Lurrus. Potentially a little bit risky, because if they have another removal spell in their hand, they get to take Lurrus down, but also wouldn't be the worst to get that card out of their hand so that we can get Valky going. Burn down the house. And they're going to create 3 devils. Okay. When this dies, deals 1 damage to any target. Okay. Well, if we cast Valky, they can kill it with the devils by swinging in. If we attack with like Perilous Mirror, doesn't really do anything. Vanquish the Horde, we could protect Lurrus, cast Vanquish, and then replay Dauntless Bodyguard. That might be the best play we have, honestly. Yeah, I think we swing first. This gives indestructible, right? Yeah. I mean, we could also just do this every turn, right? Do we need to fire off the Vanquish here? Yeah, I think so. I think it sets us up to really get there. Oh, and also Valky, we couldn't cast it because of Verdane. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, so we're taking a couple off the devils here. Put Bodyguard back into play. Yeah, so as you can see, I've still got a lot of learning curve going with the cube here. But at least we're going to get a game win in this run. Maybe not a match win, but a game win. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. Interesting. What does this do? Exile target artifact or creatures. We can't take the Elspeth with it. Yeah. Lurrus is gone. Bunch of... Let me play cards. I don't think we can cycle. I don't think we can do that. Because we can't discard a card that's in exile. Okay, so deal them 2. Probably get back a couple things, I guess. Yeah. Oof, this deck is just winning by the skin of its teeth here. The ultimate is not that good on this guy, eh? Not for our deck, anyways. Non-creature spells. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Well, we got a chance here. So opponent, kind of like a mid-range aggro deck. So we do want these Wrath effects. I think we want Swift Response. Like they weren't quite as aggressive as our previous opponents, so we might be okay to keep in this Priest. Could cut Find, although they do have ways to exile our Lurrus. Find could be alright. And we're going to be on the draw, so I think Swift Response definitely comes in. So maybe it is the Priest again because it deals us damage, or it's like Cruel Celebrant, just bad. Represents some life gain for us though, and it's like an early body. It can potentially trade with something. I think we cut Find. I think the times when Find is good, we're gonna get there anyways. That's my thought. We'll see. If we draw a Swift Response, we need to play Find, then we'll know that we were dumb. We go first. Opponent takes the draw. Okay. His hand's not very good on the play. It's got good cards in it, though. I guess we keep it. It's not very good against an aggressive opponent, though. Turn 2. Okay, well, opponent doesn't have a 1-drop. That's good for us. Probably just turn 2 Cruel Celebrant for us. So there you go. That's what we're doing. What's going on over here? We're playing. This is the type of game we're playing. Low power cube action. Nice. Farmhand's a really good one. That would have been a good one for our deck. Perilous Mirror. Plus Legion's Landing this turn. Seems reasonable. Guess we get in for 1 damage. Priest does block Ambitious Farmhand, but I think that's the least of our concern, really. BCG. Respect it. So if we attack with everything, we get to flip the Legion's Landing. which gives us an extra mana, which means we have 5, which means we can put Lurrus in our hand and play a Blood Artist or something. But we let them eat our Cruel Celebrant if we do that. Or we could just play like Blood Artist plus Priest and set ourselves up to get them next turn with like a Perilous Mirror Sacrifice. It's probably a little bit better. They do... Oh no, but we can't play Blood Artist in the same turn, eh? But we can kill Battlecry Goblin with Swift Response. I think this is better than just like suiciding one of our creatures. Maybe Perilous Mirror could have attacked there though. But it's only 1 damage and we can like potentially block something and kill their goblin. So yeah, no, I think we played that right. I think we played it right. Breakable Formation. Put a 1/1 counter and they gain Vigilance. Well, geez. Why you gotta be like that, huh? I guess we're taking 5. Well, I think this is going to do some work for us because we get to kill their farmhand before the edict goes on the stack. Do we want to cast Blood Artist first and not be silly about this? I think so, yeah. Unless our plan is to play Lurrus, but Lurrus is not yet in our hand. Right, okay. So I think we want to play Blood Artist first. Get that life gain. Target player each will lose 2 life sack. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. Sack these. Get a lot of triggers. 2 damage to your farmhand. You lose a life, we gain a life. You lose a life, we gain a life. And more. Alright. Well, this is pretty sweet. Another... Yeah, because their creature died. And their other creature died. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then we probably just cast Plaque of Predation here. I would think so. But, I mean... It shuts down their next turn, but then like our next turn is not really that good unless we have Lurrus. But if they go... we don't have a good way to protect Lurrus at the moment. Yeah, I guess we do this then. Burn down the house, Elspeth conquers. Yeah, they got a lot of ways to deal with our stuff. Burn down the house. Okay, well, there's no targets for Elspeth conquers yet, so their play next turn is probably just burn down the house, destroy all our stuff. So yeah, I think we just take that. Potentially flip Legion's Landing next turn if they don't have a creature. And they choose not to kill our things. Looks like they're going to kill our things, though. Boo. All right. Ooh, nice. This dies, draft a card. Okay. Settle the wreckage. Not great here. Guess we'll just put Lurrus in our hand and say go. So we know our Lurrus is going to die. Unless, of course, we... Okay, we can get a little clue action going. Unless, of course, we draw a way to protect it. But even still, they got 2 removal spells. So we're actually like not in that good of a spot, even though we've done a lot of horrible things to our opponent. Okay, that's indestructible. It doesn't work against either of their cards. Don't really want to just give them Lurrus. I could sacrifice it in response. That makes them sack this, and they could draw. They're going to draw any number of things that we don't really like. Maybe we should have drafted this card. We almost did. I don't know why I'm kind of down for this. I think it's good value for us. Should have played the... Needed to play the Savior first, though. Needed to play the Savior first. That was a huge mistake. Oh, this is attacking creature? No. Crap. Oh, I punted that. Punted it. Punted it. So now they get to kill our Lurrus. Whoops. Okay, so we should have played Savior first, and then we would have been able to sack it in response. Fortunately, our opponent does not have an actual play this turn. Could flip Legion's Landing. Our deck's not really that well equipped to play Legion's Landing. That might have been a bad pick in the draft. It provides a body, but like we're never really in a spot where we can flip it. Could also just settle a wreckage this 2/2. might be the next move. Birth of Meletis. Probably just gonna do that. See what our opponent has for us this turn. Redain. All right, I guess we'll wait. Try to get the Redain as well. So you go. Okay, land. All right, so we should be able to get both their creatures here. Really? Oh yeah, I guess there's no reason for them to attack now that we have the wall. That's annoying. That's so annoying. I guess we just kill the disciple with with priest. Yuck. All these vigilance cards. So do we kill it here? We get to draw a card. Wish we had another attacker. That would be dope. I guess we'll just see what we draw. Malakir Rebirth. That's pretty good. Get back our Blood Artist. Or whatever they block, if we want to flip the landing. I guess we just attack and flip the landing, yeah. And then they can block our priest and we can get it right back. Blood Artist. Seems like we do care about Blood Artist. I think it'll do some work for us. So, still don't think our deck is very good, but I do like our spot here. Okay, maybe I don't like our spot anymore. Make a devil, dies, deals damage. Creatures gain +1/+0 and haste. That's not too worrisome. Just have to make sure we don't kill this devil because we need our blood artist. Okay, we'll make a vamp. I guess they just get to sacrifice their devil if they want. And that kills our blood artist. So that's 4 damage to them. And they lose 2 life off of this? Yeah, so they are actually dead. And we have Selfless Savior. Yeah, what am I talking about? We're good. We've got him. We've got him dead to rights here. Dead to rights. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. We did get 1 match win with the deck. Hopefully we can do a little bit more of that, but it's going to be... We're going to have to scrap it out. I will see you for the next. All right, we are back for some round 3 action. Oof. Well, we're on the draw here. I think we're mulliganing this one. Awful lot of lands. No way to interact with an opponent who's got an aggressive start. And the only, Polaka Predation's not really enough to disrupt. It's going to be too late. Okay, this hand's a lot better. We would like to keep all 7, of course, but that's not an option for us. So we probably put Predation back. Haunted Ridge. There's tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. 2 or more other lands. Okay, so I mean we go turn 1 landing, turn 2 one of these. So I think we do put the Predation back. Although this does give us a 3-drop. So maybe we put the Birth back. Birth is pretty nice with Lurrus, of course. In the dark, we definitely want Legion's Landing on 1. Maybe we don't want Perilous Mirror then. Kind of do want Perilous Mirror. Yeah, I think we want Perilous Mirror. I think we'll keep the Predation in the dark as well in case our opponent is not aggressive. That way we're kind of set up for both cases. It looks like they may not be. Blue-white. Yeah, definitely not. Not on the aggressive side here. But that's okay. Get him for 1. I think we play Perilous Mirror rather than Golden Egg. Predation next turn. That makes sense to me. Could be a toughie for us here, though. I'm going to pass. So they can scry 1 and put a landmark counter. They can also have a counter spell, of course, if they have one of those in their hand. That'd be kind of annoying. So I guess we get in for 2 here. And I mean, if we're worried about a counter spell, which I would say is pretty likely here, then just putting Lurrus in our hand is kind of the move. To get our Predation countered is not really where we want to be. So yeah, I guess we put Lurrus in our hand. They get to scry 1. It's a nice little card here. I think the fact that we still get to spend our mana and not, run ourselves into a counterspell is pretty nice there. We may have to do something here, though. I guess we'll swing in. They can't have Settle the Wreckage yet. See if we can get them to do something here. No. But we could just Golden Egg. Of course, we're getting close to the turn where they can actually do something gross. Definitely don't want to play Lurrus into a counterspell. Golden Egg doesn't really do anything for us. I mean, we definitely do want to spend some mana this turn. Golden Egg would be better next turn in conjunction with maybe casting Lurrus if the coast ends up being clear for some reason. And I guess we do want to clear the way for Lurrus to potentially be good, so we can get the counterspell out of their hand. Yeah, I guess we'll go for this then. I'm expecting this to get countered. If it does not, then that could be really good for us. Get some information and maybe get to pull something nice out of their hand. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Memory lapse is pretty good too. I mean, next turn we'll be able to go egg plus, so we're not getting killed too hard by that, but... Opponent should be able to do something pretty gross here, I would expect. Cycle sensor, yep. Let's see what it's going to be. The nice thing is that Elspeth Conquers Death isn't very good in this spot. Okay, Treasure Cove is in play. Disgusting. And exiling... I suppose our Lurrus. Yeah. Okay. Well, we could vanquish the Horde. That's not very useful. Seems like we just want to play Golden Egg first. See what happens here. They got a bunch of mana, potentially. Selfless Savior. I still feel we want to predation them. I mean, if we did play Savior, that would set us up to get attacks in next turn. And flip Legion's Landing. Do we think they would trade Spellbinder for Perilous Mirror? I think we'd be open to that exchange anyways. Okay, if they're not interested in that, I think we just predation them here. They're going to counter? No, they're going to let us do something. Okay, cast out Swords. Jeez, that's a good hand. Each engine sorcery has flashback or cast out non-land permanent. Exile non-land permanent until cast out leaves the battlefield. So, I mean, probably just take the Leer. Unfortunately, Lurrus is not going to be a thing we can do. Man, treasure map is a nice piece of cardboard right there. Okay, Magda. Yeah, that works. That does work. So I guess we're just flooding the board with creatures. We know they don't have a Wrath. Of course, they've got a couple draw steps to find one if they want. And we will have an opportunity at some point to maybe cast Lurrus plus replay Golden Egg or something. So, I suppose the first thing we want to do is attack with both creatures. They don't have Coven yet. Yeah, I think we get in with both. If they want to attack us for one, we're fine with that. And yeah, say go. Vanquish the Horde, not looking very good here. Although our opponent is playing a creature-based, kind of like... They're somewhere between control and just tempo. With a card like Spellbinder in the house. It's getting after our Magda. Makes sense. Alright. Well, I mean, now if we're able to draw Alseid, we might be able to get Lurrus into play and protect it from swords. And we're pressuring our opponent reasonably well, but yeah, I mean, they got a lot more cards to see. Hopefully, we could flip our Legion's landing this turn. And they might, yeah, I mean, they might even just do this to stop us from flipping. Sure. Well, now we might be able to get Lurrus into play, but they could have a counterspell by now. I mean, our game's kind of on rails. We don't have a lot of opportunities to make decisions. We don't have any haste creatures. Trading for farmhand. Probably not worth it. Gain some life, I think. Get in the graveyard. Give us something to do with Lurrus, so we need a couple more mana in order to do that, of course, but... Alrighty, well, I think we go for Lurrus here. If they have counterspell, they have a counterspell. We do have Selfless Savior as a little bit of protection for Lurrus. Okay, they do have the counter. So, yeah, they're looking pretty good here. Don't know how we're going to get 9 damage through. But hey, stranger things have happened. We got Fight with Fire in the deck. We could do it that way. Solemn Simulacrum. And Crew, or Coven, right, so now they got the lifelink going. Alright, so probably going to vanquish the Horde pretty soon. Going to be forced to do that. Valky. We're 1 mana away from Valky. So we'll probably just vanquish here, and then maybe... This can't take enchantments, right? Man, that'd be so sick if it could, but it's black-red, so of course it can't. And it can't take planeswalkers. I wish it could take planeswalkers. They're going to draw off Solemn, which is pretty annoying. But I don't think this Vanquish gets any better. So we indestructible our 1/1 token here. Swing in. They're going to block. We're going to gain a life. We're going to vanquish the Horde. They're going to draw an extra card. But, I mean, hey, maybe... We could play Valky this turn. But it's way more powerful. It's way, way more powerful as the Planeswalker version. Even if they go ahead and cast a creature here. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's going to be hard to beat. Come on, land. Okay, we got to land. It perpetually costs 1 less. All right. I still don't think we have a chance here. This card is bonkers good. I don't know. This is one of the best blue cards. It has to be. Wish we had seen it in our draft. Opponent can't answer Valky this turn, or Tybalt, or whoever this is. Then we might be in good shape. Because he kind of draws 2 cards a turn. Okay, they're going to dig. Jace is good, though. Mill themselves. Okay, so they're like a value, kind of like tempo-y. Kind of creature deck. I mean, our deck is not horrible against what they're trying to do, but they do have some spells that are really punishing to us. Okay, this could get back our Lurrus. That's pretty cool. Probably start with Cloud Blazer, though. Make sure we leave up black and white mana, which we're doing. I guess we could plus Tybalt is probably the move, actually, first. All right, fight with fire in the house. We're getting back in this game. Target creature only. And this has a token under it, so we're not getting anything back by doing that. So I guess we're just plussing this. Couple lands. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I mean, next turn we can kick this. May as well foretell a Doomscar. Sure. Opponent gonna draw a couple. One bottom. Mill us. Okay. Oh yeah, they're only on 4 cards left. Jeez. They might deck out. Oh, but that's good though. If you would draw while your library has no cards in it, you win the game. Why aren't they just going for that? We're just going to lose to this Jace. We actually have to kill that Jace. Yeesh. Okay, well we can kill Brutal Cathar and hit Jace for 4. Shark Typhoon. Jeez. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how we're going to win here. Find Finality. Doesn't really help us here. So we can sack this, get Lurrus back, play Blood Artist, I guess. Not very good. Guess we want to do this first. Could also get back Lurrus with Find. Get Blood Artist back. If you would draw a card while you're guard. So they can't target themselves with Jace because they'll die to the mill, right? Is that how that works? Or do you, I think, or maybe it's just when you draw a card, maybe you don't die for the actual mill happening. Oh boy. So we need to kill this Jace somehow, and it doesn't appear that we can do that. We could put Celebrant into play. We're not going to be able to lethal them with we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. That's only enough to kick Fight with Fire. That's not enough to kill them. Because could Celebrate and then Doomscar. That's not going to do it. Get back Lurrus. I'm not seeing a way out of this. Get back Lurrus. Replay Blood Artist. That's 5 mana. Play Celebrant. No, it's not enough. Not enough. Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe they can't maybe Jace won't win it for them, but I'm pretty sure Jace just kills us here. Yeah, we need a way to deal 6 damage to Jace, which we cannot do in this current state. Man, we were kind of getting back into that game, actually. All right, so let's play Lurrus. They have the counterspell. Cool. Savior. Get back Lurrus. Get back Blood Artist, I guess. Oh, maybe there was a world where we got back Lurrus and tried to draw a card off the egg. I just don't think we have enough mana to do any of the things we're trying to do. So I'm pretty sure they just activate Jace here and we die. Unless I just can't remember how mill works. If like you mill for more than your deck size, but that won't even happen. They'll mill 2 and then they'll just win. So if they realize that, then we're dead. Okay, opponent is rolling for the deck of many things. I'm not sure if they're just messing around with us or what. Pretty sure we're just dead. Okay, they got a Muldrifter back. I think they just activate Jace and we just lose. I'm not sure what's happening here. They're gonna mill us. Okay, well we're dead either way. Because now they play Muldrifter and we lose to that. I think we just let Valky go, because if they for some reason don't kill us this turn, we might be able to kill Jace, and then they're gonna lose. Surely they're just gonna play Muldrifter here though. They're gonna pass the turn. Okay. Am I missing something here? Because the Valky's in the yard. We just need to kill this Jace, right? So we can kill the Brute. Unearth this thing. Do we have enough mana to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus we've got an island that we can play. So we'll play that island. Then our next problem is going to be these Shark Typhoon tokens, but I guess we'll just deal with that. 5 plus 3. Because we need 7. They need to not have a removal spell as well. Oh wait, if we kick this, that also kills Jace. What? Why am I so dumb? I could have done that last turn. Is that what we want to do? Or are we risking getting countered? I guess we have to decide pretty quickly. I think we're just going to cast it with Kicker. See what happens. Because if they have the counter spell, unfortunately I'm taking too long here. Oh, man. Okay. If they had the counter spell on any of the stuff we were going to do, it would have gotten us. Anyways, because we were going to play Fight with Fire on Moonrage Brute plus whatever else, and it wasn't going to be good enough. Okay. So I guess we're just passing. We could attack Jace. I suppose we should do that. Okay, so our opponent was just slow rolling us the whole time, I guess. Oh, X equals 0. What am I missing here? If you would draw a card, I don't get it. I don't know. Opponents just, I think they're just playing with their food a little bit here, but if we can somehow win this game, I want to, so. Yep. Nothing we can do about that. Okay. But now our Wrath gets us back our Lurrus. Just something. Opponent gets back Spellbinder. Plays Spellbinder. Takes our Rebirth. In for a bunch. Yeah, I mean, we're just dead every which way here. Doesn't even matter. Okay, so this should, they should win the game off this. Okay, so yeah, I'm not really sure what they were doing there. I think they were just messing with us, but played it out. And there was potentially a window there for us to do something, so I think it's better than scooping. Okay, so against what they're doing, yeah, our deck just has a really hard time dealing with planeswalkers. Our deck has a hard time doing a lot of things, but we're not like too scared of the creatures they have. I don't think we want to bring something like Swift Response in. I'm wondering if we want to sideboard into like a more controlling deck. They seem to have a lot of ways to deal with our Lurrus that involve exiling and stuff like that. Whereas, I mean, if we did want to do something different, it'd be like Yorion, bring in like Yorion, Teleportation Circle, Tezzeret, maybe Inscription, change the mana base around, maybe Basili's Lieutenant. Pretty bad though. Pretty slow. Allrun's Epiphany. Could just cut like all the black and go try to go like Jeskai or something. We definitely want to cut some Wraths, don't we? Definitely want to cut like probably Settle and Vanquish. So we can bring in Mizzix's Mastery. But we have it, yeah, we just have nothing else to bring in. Boo! Who drafted this deck? Who drafted this deck? I mean, they do have creatures, so I guess it's either Vanquish or Swift Response. Alright, we'll keep the Vanquish in. Yeah. I think our deck, our card pool is just very limited with the way that draft went down for us. Just a lot of blanks in the deck, unfortunately. But there is a world where we could have had something sweet where we were able to side into some different stuff. This hand's probably got to go back. Yeah, we can't really cast any of our spells. And this hand's a little bit better. Turn to Valky and kind of go from there. I think I dig it. Put the Triome back. Means that we don't have red mana for a little bit, but I think we'll live. Okay, so landing into Valky, and I mean they have a lot of good creatures to steal, although they all have like ETB abilities. Okay, there's our red mana if we need that. But even if we take something with exile creature card, they reveal that like a. Oh yeah, but ETB is good because we can. We do get to cast the thing. When a creature's exiled, put a. Beginning of your end step, you may. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile another target creature you control, then return that to the battlefield. So we could repeatedly Valky them, which is kind of hilarious. At the beginning of your end step. So yeah, we could cast this Valky and get Solemn out off of them as well. So yeah, let's do that. That's pretty funny. And then they just have lands and a Doomscar in hand. Oh no. No. Sorry. I'm so dumb. I'm so bad. This becomes a copy. Is this another target creature? Yeah. Shoot. My bad. I was thinking we cast the card, but that's on the Planeswalker side. Clearly I need to brush up on my cube knowledge a little bit. Right. So they're foretelling Doomscar. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, we could have just taken their Solemn instead. They're going to get it back anyways. Okay. But actually, we have Malakar Rebirth on Valky to steal a different creature. That's kind of cool. Okay, so Golden Egg, drawing, fight with fire, swinging for 3. I wonder if they'll cast Doomscar this turn. They'll probably wait till they get their... Yeah, they'll probably wait till they can get their Solemn into play. Okay, so now we could transform Valky into a 1/1. That's not very good, though. Put Lurrus in hand is probably the move. Yeah, we're beating down reasonably well. Okay, here comes Solemn. So if we trade Valky, they get their Soul Herder back. We could save the Valky. Too bad this Triumph comes into play tapped. We could save the Valky and steal a different card from their hand. They can, of course, just get it back once this is dead. Playing Cruel Celebrant doesn't really get us anywhere. Means they take 3 from Doomscarring us. Plus, we could save Valky. And then the following turn, get Lurrus back. Otherwise, we're just like killing this with Fight with Fire and hitting them for 3 and then getting Wrathed. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. See if we can get the Wrath out of their hand. Brutal Cathar. Okay, they may not even bother with the Wrath then. Valky goes bye-bye. Okay, Soul Herder in play. I mean, we can kill Brutal Cathar. Valky them again. Oh, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Any reason to sack the egg here? Yeah, I think we sack the egg here. Find finality. So if we kill Brutal Cathar, we get the Valky back. They can continue to search up lands with Solemn, which is pretty annoying, but still seems like that's the best thing we can be doing right now. They have nothing in hand. That's really annoying. And we're starting to run out of time, so we need to play a little bit faster. Hardcast Shark Typhoon. Yep. And we know they have Doomscar. We know they have Doomscar. But we have protection for our Lurrus. I think we jam with... do we want to flip Legion's Landing or not? So many decisions. I feel we do. We can just get back whatever card dies. Play Lurrus, play Celebrant, pass the turn. Now we got protection. We can just keep getting back Celebrant if they do choose to Wrath here. We actually have a path to victory here. Okay, there's Doomscar. They're gonna make a token. So I mean, if they have a counter spell here, we're probably gonna lose. Otherwise, we might be pretty good shape. The token's going to die, right? They draw off Solemn. They take 3. We get Lurrus back. See if they can find removal for him, her, them. Farmhand. Okay. We're actually in pretty good shape here. That makes it a little bit worse. Draw Plaque of Predation, which we know does nothing. So we want to get our Valky back. Do we want to cast Celebrant or get it back with Find Finality? Probably just want to cast Golden Egg, honestly. Nice. We need to make sure we have double white. We do. And, I mean, we could... Yeah, I think we attack here. Force the trade. We're going to have to play real fast if this goes to game 3. Man, I'm sorry. I'm taking way too long. Okay, so opponent is Hellbent, essentially. I should play Bodyguard first, but we're in race mode now, so I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes just due to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Play this. Chumps. Yeah, we're probably going to lose to the clock. Man, this is so hard. All right. All right. Well, hey, we have a chance here. We only got 5 minutes to do it, so I'm probably going to talk a whole lot less and just play really fast. Don't think we want to bring in Settle. Nothing that we saw there really makes us want to, right? We know they're trying to wrath us. So I think we're just running it back. Opponent had a really bad draw there. That's going to need to happen again, I think, for us to have a chance. Let's try to play as fast as possible here. Hand is not great, but I think we keep it. Need to find black, obviously. Opponent with the farmhand. Man, I wish we had that one. Okay. Just take the trade here. Possible we didn't want to do that, but we don't have we don't have another creature coming down for some time. Golden egg. That's good. That's real good. So we can village rights our bodyguard if we want. Might be worth it. Just to try and find some action here. I think we're going to do it. We need to hit our land drops. Nothing to take. Just a bunch of removal and a neutralize. Yeah. All right. Nice. We can village rights again. They're going to take our Lurrus from us. There's not a whole lot we can do there, but we could get a golden egg trigger. I guess they could just counter Lurrus if they want as well. Not really anything else going on for us at the moment. Not really sure what we're supposed to do here. I think we're just dead to their game plan and to the clock. So, because even if we do get something going here, we're gonna have to work through a lot of different things to get it there. So I think we go Royal Eruption, and then this will make two things, and then we'll Doomscar away their stuff. But yeah, a little bit lost on how to pilot this particular game with the amount of time we have left anyway. Okay, they come in for a bunch. Hopefully they commit some more stuff to the board. But of course, they don't need to do that. Our deck is being our deck right now. Not showing us much that's useful. My God, gotta play fast. Royal Eruption, Village Rites, and Doomscar could come back off of a kicked Mastery. It's not that good. But man, honestly, if we had more time, like, they're not doing anything over there. We might be able to do something. Sphinx. Yeah, I mean, we can't really beat that. No, don't take my Mizzix Mastery. So yeah, Legion's Landing, not very good in this deck. Gotta throw that out there. Cruel Selly. Okay, we got a minute and a half to kill them with a Cruel Celebrant. Also a bad card. Don't put this in your deck. Lessons learned on the Arena Decathlon Finals day. All right, opponent's got a live Shark Typhoon. All right, we're going to move to the next match to not waste anybody's time here. Because I think all of our hitters were gone in that game. We have no way to interact with a Shark Typhoon either. So, yeah. So this deck definitely missing things like Kolaghan's Command, weaponize the monsters would make it better. I'm not sure how good the archetype is in general. We did pretty well with it last run, though. It struggles against control, obviously. Plays a little bit better against low to the ground aggressive creature decks, but our deck is lacking, a little bit of power for sure. I think like another way we could have built it is by maybe going for more of like an aggressive white sort of game plan, like a Danto Vanguard. We saw that creature that's like a Glorious Anthem, like kind of play more that style of a game more than like a chip damage, sacrificey deck type game. That would have been like a different sort of style of deck though. Whereas it would have been potentially a little bit less effective against the aggressive decks and more effective against control, maybe. Or maybe like Lurrus isn't as good as it used to be. That's another thing that's possible. So we're on the play with a hand that works here. So we're gonna go. And we're curving out here. Uncharacteristically. Predation them next turn or Lurrus them. Or Lurrus ourselves. Okay, Rebuke. I think I would like to save that. Right? I think so. So we put Lurrus in hand this turn. Next turn we don't have the colors to do Lurrus plus Savior. Could also Birth of Meletus. Or just Predation. A lot of options here. I think it's just put Lurrus in hand. Spends all of our mana. Like, Predation's an option as well. But another option would have been to play Predation tapped as a land and play Birth. So that we actually do have more of the colors that we need. All right, Midnight Clock has not been that great from what I've seen. But it's also unclear that I know what I'm doing. So, do we Predation them here? Or do we just cast Lurrus? Probably not correct to just cast Lurrus. We could also foretell Doomscar and play Birth. Birth gives us the colors we need to do the Lurrus plus play. We also want to strip them of any counter spells they might have. That's tough. There's also a chance we just draw white or black mana naturally. So, I'm thinking it's probably time to just do this. I don't think we're going to need this Wrath. Doesn't look like our opponent's really playing creatures. I think we just want to disrupt what they're doing. They have nothing we can take. That's really annoying. All right. But, in a way, is not bad. So, counter target spell unless pays twice, 2 times X. You're going to have to be aware of that one. We know we're not getting Wrathed. They do have Blast Zone, though. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters. Comes in with 1. Mana value equal to the number of charge counters. These Wraths are not going to be good. Twice X, so they can make us... yeah, they can counter our Lurrus here. So we'll just go with Birth. And I guess just jam. Jam for 2. Oh, should probably foretell. Yeah, should have foretold that. Okay, they're going to cast their Thassa's Intervention. Hey, we can foretell. That's nice. X equals 3. Look at the top. X, put up to 2 into your hand. All right. Well, maybe they won't be able to counter Lurrus. That would be nice. So, not the matchups we were hoping for either. I have not faced low to the ground red aggressive decks yet. I think those are the decks that we actually have a chance to beat. These top end control decks, we just don't do anything against them. Except for Valky, I guess. He's the only big card we have. All right. Chandra. Gonna kill our priest. Yes, indeed. You go. I mean, we could unearth the priest to kill the Chandra. How good or bad is it to do that? Unearth can't be countered, right? Yeah, it's an activated ability. So they would have to have a bounce spell. Or we go Lurrus plus Selfless, and then they start plussing and getting extra cards. Doesn't seem like any of these options are all that good. But I think taking the opportunity to get rid of this Planeswalker while we can is got to be the move. Because we have no way to interact with it outside of the Royal Eruption. And they do have the bounce spell? No. Okay, well, there you go. I'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah, it'd be nice to have one card in our deck that deals with artifacts. And one that deals with enchantments too, but artifacts have been good against this. And opponent is 1 land away from getting field online, and then we're in pretty big trouble at that point, I think. Village Rites. Sweet. Well, I think we just try Lurrus here. I mean, What do we have to lose? No counterspell. That's what we like to see. All right. I mean, we're doing our thing now, so. Problem is that we don't do too well against an army of 2/2 zombies. Because we just doomscar them at some point. Opponent going to be cashing in their 7 pretty soon. Actually, I guess Blood Artist plus Doomscar on a bunch of 2/2s is going to do a lot of damage. So that might be the move. Perforos Interventions. They probably have another way to hit this as well, but we have to try. Is this only for X equals 1? Oh yeah, but it deals 2. I didn't mean to do that. Damn it! I was trying to click away from the zoom screen there. I should have village rights that. Obviously, a lot of small mistakes on my part today as well. Been hurting us. Do we want to write here? 04. It's not doing all that much. It's holding back a token, but we'd rather turn it into some cards. I guess if we draw Valky plus a land, we can get rid of the clock, maybe? Nah, but they could put a counter on it. We did draw Valky, though. We did not draw a land. A little choked on white mana here as well. Very awkward. I think we do hold on to Valky though. Try to go over the top here. Might be the one of the outs we have here. All right. So here goes the clock. Shuffle hand and graveyard so they get their Chandra back. Full grip. Exile the clock. See what they can do. They don't have to do much. I mean, if they got counter spells in hand, they can just sit back on those. That might be their plan here. Yep, seems good. All right, well, we still can't cast our Tybalt Planeswalker, so we'll continue to chill. Okay, counter and draw. Let's just work our way through all this stuff and then hopefully resolve our big guy. Boy, they got a lot of cards. Got even more. Land, another Zombo. Good attack with Magda to get the 7th mana source. If they do tap out, we need to do that. There we go. There's a tap. I mean, it's not exactly a tap out. That's a card we would like to get rid of, though. I have a lot of zombies. I guess we just Wrath at this point. Because we can't let them... can't let them start activating Golos, really, at this point. They could have a counter, of course. We don't have enough white to do both. So I guess we swing with all 3 of our creatures, flip Legion's Landing. Then we actually do have enough white to do Settle and Doomscar. Not that Settle's all that good in this spot, but... Okay. In a way, that's kind of good for us, as long as they don't have a 2-mana counter. And they do not. They'll take 2. Tempting to just play Valky here and try to mise something of theirs, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. I think it's got to be an uncontested Tibalt to actually really do anything. There's a big guy. What does this thing do? If you have Delirium, deal 4 to anything. Yeah, that's good. So now if we Valky and minus, it dies to the 2/2. Or we can just vanquish the Horde. Or we could, well, Settle doesn't. Settle will get rid of the Caravan, I guess. If they try to crew it up with zombies and swing, we get to take care of both of those. But then they get 2 more lands, which gives them even more zombos. Do we have Delirium at this current moment? Sorcery, creature, enchantment. Yeah, we definitely do. So, I mean, is it worth just eating the Titan, losing Valkyrie, and getting to cast the Titan? I don't think so. Doesn't seem impactful enough. Feel we need to wait a turn. That's my feeling. So I don't think we're getting ahead enough here to by just casting Vanquish. I think we need to take a hit, see if we can get them to commit a little bit more to the board. Or, I mean, we could also just settle them here, but then they get all these zombies. Yeah. They would get 2. Assuming they have that many basics left in their deck. They may not. They have a few in play. They're playing a Field of the Dead deck. They could also just counter this. I think, yeah, let's maybe just try this. Okay, they either don't have the counter or they're okay with it. And they have 1 basic left. So they had 6 total. They have 3 islands and 3 mountains in the deck total. Yeah. Okay, Lear is in the house. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, chart of course. Counter target creature. Fading Hope is a bounce spell. So we could Vanquish. Probably just do that here. Don't really want to give them Last from the graveyard to the battlefield. They have anything there? No. Draw a card, gain 4 life is the best they can do off of that. They could bounce their own Leer, though, to save it. Then we could take it with Valky. And then copy it. And then cast something that's not that good. Oh, boy. What are we doing here? If we plus, it goes to 7 and it dies. I'm just not seeing it. Not seeing the way forward here. And they can Ojitize command the Valky if we try to cast the creature. But they can if this is not in play. Oh, man. I think we just have to do this. I'm not foreseeing a turn where they don't like just have access to Fading Hope to save Leer. Gain 4 draw, okay. Yeah, and then they Fading Hope the Leer back. Okay, Horde. Whatever. Okay, so we can take their Leer. To this point, doesn't have any targets, so that doesn't even matter. We have targets for it, but they're Wraths and Village Rights, which is not good. I think we just play this land and, again, just try to resolve Tibalt. I think that's our only option here. Sorry for these boring games here. I'm trying my hardest to win, but our deck is just so bad that it feels like all of our decisions matter, but it also feels like none of our decisions matter. Okay, we can get rid of that. And then cast it ourselves. Is this good? Show us your counterspell and we will concede. Ah, there it is. All right, game 2. Our Wraths are not dead in this matchup, but they're not great. Turn 1 field was pretty good for them, obviously. Don't know that Swift Response really has a place here. I don't think that we need all the Wraths. We definitely don't want Settle. That was pretty awful because it just gives them more of the thing that they're trying to find. So I think we just do this swap and go forth. See if we can set up. If we can get set up with Lurrus, we might have a chance to win here. But we're playing with an underpowered deck, so we'll do our best. We'll do our best. All right, we're back. We'll go first. Functional hand ish. We don't have white on turn 1, unfortunately. 2 or more other lands, so we can go. Actually, this hand's kind of very awkward. We can go turn 1. It's everyone fabled for a white source. Turn 2, play Bodyguard plus play a random land. Yeesh, actually this hand's so awkward. Because our mana. It's got all the stuff in it that we would like to see. So I think we keep it, but boy, we're kind of just playing a turn behind the whole game. But what are you going to do? I I'm not sure we do much better on a mulligan here. We've got lots of cheap cards. We're going to be a little bit slow out of the gate, but all right, we know our opponent's going to give us a little bit of time in that regard. Of course, we draw the plains. Okay, so probably just play Haunted Ridge, even though we don't need to. Yeah. Do we want to play either of these spells, these black spells as lands? I don't think so. They're both pretty valuable to our deck. Okay, they're going to kill our bodyguard. That's fine. We're going to draw a golden egg. I mean, I think we probably just put Lurrus in hand. And then, I mean, if they do tap out next turn, we could also predation them right now to like stop them from. I mean, the cards we want to get out of their hand are like a lot of things actually, but not a lot of them cost 3 mana. Like Chandra, Golos, obviously. I guess Midnight Clock would be one. Next turn, we could play Priest plus Golden Egg. And the Companion Tax is pretty punishing. All right. Last time we didn't do this, so let's try it this time. Oh man, wow, they got some good cards in their deck. Okay, so Palladium Mirror, Approach, Neutralize. Obviously, we do want to get rid of Neutralize. They don't yet have double blue. So that's kind of cool. They will pretty soon. I think we just got to take Approach. I don't know. We can't beat that card, so we're going to have to play around and Neutralize. Golden Egg plus Priest, I think. They have Scorching Dragonfire, which does exile. It's something that's worth noting there. We could put Lurrus into hand to set that up for next turn. Because they don't actually have... The Dragonfire's the real killer here, though, because until we can get Dauntless into play, we can't protect us from Dragonfire. Malakir Rebirth doesn't do it. So I think it is just Golden Egg plus Priest. I'm trying to find... Too bad this is Sorcery Speed too. We try to find Alseid, I guess, to protect the Lurrus. / maybe they just spew the Dragonfire on the Priest. Okay, opponent plays land and is going to go for... Oh yeah, I guess they cast Caravan, then they can hold it neutralized. Yeah, so they kind of got us locked out here. But we can start attacking them with the Priest. We can do some different stuff. We just can't cast Lurrus. But we couldn't do that anyways this turn. Let's see if Celebrant will land. It will. Jam for 2. Put Lurrus into our hand. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent is going to fire off the Scorching Dragonfire. Which is good. It is very good. don't have a whole lot going on now, as long as they hold up neutralize. Land for us. And yeah, I mean, we're kind of stuck. I don't remember this deck feeling so fragile last time. I'll have to compare the lists and see some differences. I feel like the last deck we had was felt pretty powerful a lot of the time. Whereas this deck feels very, very just unable to do anything. Very easy to stop for our opponents. Okay, Valky. Well, we have 7 mana. We could either run Lurrus into the counterspell with the plan of playing Valky next turn. Our opponent is actually stuck on lands. They foretold something. That could be Behold the Multiverse. Could be, because we've seen that from them, I think. Could be Doomscar. Could be Epiphany. Their deck would probably want to play that. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we Lurrus them and try to get Valky through next turn. Say go. This could also be Sought Coming. Okay, Blast Zone, go 2. It looks like this is... They have Delirium? No. Oh, but you don't need Delirium to get one. You need to get both. I see. Okay. Well, we get to kill that. Take it for ourselves. And we actually have Delirium, so that's pretty cool. Two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah, so, I mean, no better time than now to try and get this going. It's probably going to die, but... Because they should be able to play something that can crew the caravan, and then they just send everything. But we got to tighten out of the deal. Still a nice little 2 or 3 for 1. Or yeah, they just get our Cruel Celebrant out of the way. Kill Valky that way. So, I mean... Oh yeah. Okay, well them sacrificing a land I don't mind. Actually. And they don't get to... they have Memory Lapse. That'd be pretty sick. Okay, it looks like they're not going to try to counter this. So we're going to get to Impulse plus kill the Palladium Mirror. They've got Field going now. Under its owner's control, so we don't get to do any shenanigans with that. Blood Artist, Alseid, or Magda. Too bad we don't have... Or we could take a land. And that would let us cast Perilous Mirror this turn. We would probably just want Alseid. Because we do have Lurrus in the graveyard. And we have find to get it back. It's kind of counting on a lot of different things to go right, though. I know, we're running out of time again. Look, this deck's hard to play, okay? It's very bad. It doesn't really work that well. Complicated game. Valky's in the yard as well. So if we do get fined, we can do some stuff. Opponent's got a mitt full over there. Okay, here's Golos. It's really good. Really, really, really good. So we'll swing into it. No, then it just cruised the caravan. I was thinking we swing into it, get them to block the Titan and kill Golos with Perilous Mirror Village Rights. We could do that to their caravan, but that would be very good. And then Malka Rebirth doesn't help against this. This doesn't give Grand Indestructible. So we're not really in a great spot. Now that they have Golos. Alright, well that helps us. Helps us a huge amount. So we get Lurrus and Valky back, and then replay Dauntless Bodyguard. And we don't get to hold up mana for anything else, but it's still pretty sweet. Could play Golden Egg. I think we just want the Bodyguard though. Still probably don't want to play Malika Rebirth as a land, even though we are constrained on black. I'm trying to remember if they had Thassa's Intervention. That was their other counter spell. So I guess we have to think about that. They're going to spin the wheel here. Okay. Burn down the house. Well, we're going to get to resolve. I guess they're going to make Devils then, if they do cast it. We're going to get to resolve Valky, though. That's going to be pretty sick. But the Devils will get to kill the Valky. But, might be worth it just to take their Golos away. Or we play Valky in plus. But them spinning this Golos wheel is just really, really bad for us. So I think we do have to do this. Also going to try and play a little bit faster to help our chances here. The other thing we could do is potentially use Village Rights or something to get out of the way of these Devils so that they don't actually connect. We'll have to try for that. I just don't see how we're winning from here, even though we're kind of doing things. They've got an active field, bunch of cards in hand. What is our win condition with this deck? Fight with fire, kicked. Still, I guess Blood Artist plus Priest. We haven't gotten that going very much. That's a pretty good little combo. Okay, everything coming at Tybalt. Block. If we did go block, Tybalt would still die. And that actually opens up Lurrus to getting killed. So I don't think we want to do that. So yeah, I think we just have to block like this. We're definitely not winning this game without Lurrus. I don't really feel like I'm playing all that slowly, but apparently I am. Lear. Okay. It's really good. Why aren't we playing with good cards? Got a couple of 2 damage spells. They've got Approach, which... I wonder how that works with Flashback. I wonder if it gets exiled or if it does go into the library. Yeah, our opponent's losing a little time as well. Crush the Weak. Nice. Oh, brutal. Well, unfortunately, Rebirth doesn't help against Dragonfire because it exiles. Just way too much card advantage over here. Oh, boy. So we got 4. We got 8 mana. Opponent's got their pick of all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Probably time to just hit concede here, but I guess we'll try it. So Savior can save Priest if they go for burn down the house. Priest can like maybe get rid of Lear, but probably not. Okay, they're gonna bounce our Priest. They're gonna bounce. The goal goes to their hand. That's pretty nice. Yep. Yep. And Lear's pretty nice in a deck with lots of spells. That's a nice one. Maybe our opponent will just mill themselves. How about that? Can we try for that? Blood Artist. And they still have Burn. Got a bunch of stuff still. Well, we're going to go down swinging, but I don't know if it's happening this time. So we still have a black source, which means we can protect Blood Artist and Priest if they go for a Wrath. Because this does tap for black, right? Yeah, okay. Protection from red, so now the Wrath won't do it. Not that they want to cast that anyways, because they've got Lear and they would like to hold on to that. I think they just want to play Golos this turn, really. Okay, Purpose Intervention. And they can neutralize this Malachite Rebirth, but I guess we'll try it. Might as well try it. Hardly matters. I don't see what the Priest is going to really do to them. Okay, they're going to let that go. I'm going to hit them with Blood Artist. And they do just want to cast Golos this turn. No, they're going to Perforos again. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess we're taking some damage. Man. Cube. It's hard. It's a hard format. All right, well, we're going to concede this one. I don't think we have a chance to win, and we're pretty low on time. So in order to not bore you folks who are watching the video, but what I would like to do is take another look at the draft portion and see if we could just do like a little draft log review and see maybe if we could have done anything better. So unfortunately, disappointing result. I feel like I played pretty well. I don't think the draft went very well for us. And I think I made some choices during the draft that were suboptimal. My gameplay was okay. There was a bunch of little mistakes here and there, which obviously do add up. But I think the draft was very, very tough. And I would like to just take another look at it. So bear with me one sec here. All right, so handy little data tool here from 17 Lands. If you're not a 17 Lands user, you can go and see your draft that you've done previously. So if we just take a look back at what we did here, pack one, pick one. I think the cards in contention here are Doomscar and probably just Doomscar and Burn Down the House. Maybe Bontu. This does ask a lot of you, but and it's a pretty expensive card. I think we'd like to take a cheap card early, but there's not really much here in order to do that. I don't think Mirari's Wake is really where you want to be. I think you could splash this in a white aggro deck, potentially. But at 5 mana, at that point, like I don't know how much you're really getting out of the additional mana, plus pumping the team. So I think there's a pretty weak pack one, pick one. Again, you can let me know what you think in the comments, but I think Doomscar is fine, a fine choice here. We could also just grab like a dual land, like Breeding Pool, because we're unsure of sort of what to take. Also, Burn Down the House would be an alright one as well. Pack one, pick two. We took Mizzix Mastery out of another pack where like I think Augur of Autumn could be pretty decent here. And I know I did mention that in the draft portion. Patient Rebuilding as a top end for a blue deck could be okay. I think we were thinking at the time that Doomscar was pushing us into maybe a control lane, but we could have taken something like this Faithful Disciple as just like a 2-drop that comes down early and does beat down. I don't think we want to take like a 2-color 2/2 at this early into the draft. I think you want to try to be one color as much as possible. So yeah, I mean, there's a saw coming, kind of a clunky counterspell though. I don't know that we want to take that there. So I don't mind taking Mizzix Mastery here as a way to as like a direction pick, you know, to say, yeah, let's pick up a bunch of red spells and do like a big blue-red sort of thing. But I could see Faithful Disciple also being a choice that we didn't really consider out of this pack all that heavily. And there's Heliod. I mean, you got to be really, really heavy white for this to work. And I think the white decks are pretty easy to deal with for, you know, our opponents that are playing Doomscars and stuff like that. So I don't hate passing that there. Pick 3, this is maybe where we could have made a little bit of a different decision. I think we could have taken Into the Royal to go with the Mizzix Mastery. We could have taken Palladium Mirror as just like an early card. We could have taken this ramp spell. The 3 mana is kind of a lot. Again, like nothing really jumping off the page here in terms of like, we definitely have to draft this. Like, you know, Murderous Rider, Rada, both would have been okay. Rada's pretty good in like a red aggressive deck that's splashing green. But maybe looking at this again, might have been slightly better to take Palladium Mirror. Tezzeret's a little bit on the medium side, and we already have 2 expensive cards. So maybe Palladium Mirror, or maybe even just Into the Royal, might have fit a little bit better with what we have. But again, cards are not super busted. Fabled Passage is pretty easy pickup here, as it's just going to go in whatever deck we end up in. There was an Adonto Vanguard here as well, so like looking back, if we'd gone Faithful Disciple, we could have picked up, well, not really anything out of this pack, but maybe still grab like Into the Royal or something, and then take Adonto Vanguard or Welcoming Vampire here. But I stand by the Fabled Passage pick. Smoldering Egg also does kind of go with the Mizzix Mastery thing. If we wanted to really lean into that too, it's possible that we're supposed to just like really go hard at whatever the thing is that we're trying to do, rather than like sort of dirtle around and try to stay open, which is kind of what we did in the first 4 picks. So we take another Wrath, pick 5. There's a Dragon Rage Channeler, which is okay with Mizzix Mastery, I guess. It's not really a control card, but it is a red aggro card. There's an Emergence Sequence, which maybe would have been a better choice here as a ramp piece. I guess we were sort of still thinking control at this point. Having access to more Wrath effects would have been pretty good here. And then pick 6 when we see the Lurrus and we decide to sort of dive into that. Again, I don't really hate it. I mean, Eldest Reborn, Magmatic Channeler would have been pretty good in like the blue-red control type deck, I guess. Red aggro card, green aggro card. None of these really jumping off the page. So we take the Lurrus. And then we did take the Epiphany to sort of go back with the control theme here. But there was a Showdown of the Scalds as well, which is a pretty nice aggressive card. So I guess the aggro path was kind of there, right? We could have gone, we could have gone like, you know, Heliod here into whatever, into like Adonto Vanguard, into DRC, I guess. But DRC is not very good in red-white. Could have picked up Grim Initiate, I guess. Also a Cursebound Witch in this pack, which is not really on our radar when we're taking Wraths. I don't know. Tough draft. But yeah, we could have taken Showdown. We could have taken... we could have also been in a spot where we had Paradise Druid and Emergent Sequence, which isn't too bad. In terms of just being like a 5-color good stuff deck, maybe that's a lane for us here, because we had, you know, a few different colors worth of cards that we wanted to grab. So I don't really like the Elrond's Epiphany pick here, because I think it just doesn't really necessarily fit what we're doing. Well, I guess it does kind of fit with mastery. Yeah. Tough draft. Pillar Flame, Scorch Spitter, as red cards that we could have gone after, but again, like not amazing ones. And given what we have, Valky does play well with Lurrus. If we end up Esper Control, it kind of works there. Could have taken Illyrios as like a blue sort of speed bumpy card. Or Ministrant in the same way. What probably would have been better, actually. But I think, yeah, I mean, we wanted to make the Lurrus thing happen, so that makes some amount of sense. Just a really tricky pack one. So I think the only other direction I'm really seeing that would have paid some amount of dividends to us would either have been to like force a white aggressive deck, but wouldn't have ended up with a ton of good stuff here, or and the Rada came back, or try to play some kind of green. I think it might have been just play some kind of green thing with Emergent Sequence, Paradise Druid. We could have picked up Rada, and then we would have had these Wraths that we don't really need. And could have ramped into like Tezzeret or something. That's another direction. I'm not saying that would have been better, because once you see Lurrus, you're trying to do that thing, and we're sort of counting on picking up some cards that work with it, which we just didn't really see. So, but I do think that we could in the future maybe not go for the Lurrus thing, and instead go could have gone down that green route. And then here in Pack 2 is where we really started to see some more busted stuff. So if we were going down the green route, we could have picked up Ren and 7 here. I don't think, based on how we started, that we wanted to end up heavy blue-red. But there is Counterspell, there is Lava Coil. But I think the most powerful thing we could have done at this point, is having taken those green ramp spells, would be take Ren and 7, which, looking back, how much would it have cost us to take Paradise Druid? Not a ton, Alrund's Epiphany is good, not great. And then the Emergent Sequence, we took Vanquish. Yeah, we already had a Wrath. I think that's pretty close. I think I don't know. I don't really like Wrath, so I don't know why I took them all, but yeah, I don't think it would have cost us that much to take those fixers. And at two mana, the ramp cards, they could be pretty good to sort of play a little bit more of a proactive game. So it wouldn't have cost us a ton, at least to get that Paradise Druid in the pile. And that would have opened us up to Ren. So given the lane that we did take, something like Lava Coil might have been better than Birth, since we know we're going pretty hard at Lurrus. Lava Coil works with Mastery and works well with Lurrus, whereas Birth just works decently well with Lurrus, but getting the 0-4 isn't all that good. Or it wasn't for us, really. It's just sort of a filler-ish type card. Picked up a Triome in this pack, which totally makes sense. These are the colors of mana that we need. If we'd gone down that green route, we could have started picking up some blue cards, maybe like a Lay Claim, maybe a Thirst for Discovery. Could have been okay. Baral's Expertise could have been okay. Kind of would have been like open to doing a bunch of things. We might have still just taken this Triome, honestly, just to stay open and keep our colors, available to us. Probably would have taken maybe Sky Sovereign out of this pack if we were doing the green ramp thing. But Fine Finality is still pretty good in that situation as well. For what we were trying to do with Lurrus, I think Fine Finality is the right choice here out of this pack. And then pretty clear Alseed. Although this was a pick I was thinking about a little bit. Malevolent Hermit. Could we have done the Esper thing? This is pretty darn good with Lurrus for sure. But Alseed's way cheaper to protect Lurrus with. It's kind of the thing you want if you're doing the Lurrus thing. I think it's still the right pick. If we were doing the green thing, That's not much really here for us. Maybe we would have taken Malevolent Hermit at that point. And then here, yeah, I don't like this pick at all. This card was really, really bad. I think if we're doing the green thing, could have been Night Pack Ambusher. Card's pretty powerful. Could have been Yorion as well, just to sort of start doing like a big splashy thing. But we probably should have taken Scorching Dragonfire out of this pack. I think I was still thinking that we were maybe going to play blue over red. But I think between this pack and a couple packs ago, we should have taken the 2 red removal spells. That would have set us up a lot better to deal with a lot of the threats that we faced. And then here we probably... Oh man, we could have picked up a Llanowar Elves for the green deck. That would have been pretty sick. Could have taken a dual land. I think we ended up getting this one anyways, but Priest is pretty powerful. I think Priest makes sense. And then Magda, I think, still makes sense. Heartless Act is also pretty good, but it doesn't deal with Planeswalkers, so that's why we didn't look at it at the time. But yeah, I think Magda would have been pretty good out of this pack, and we could have had, between Rada and Magda, we could have, had the beginnings of like a red-green beatdown sort of deck. This pick, Fight with Fire, makes sense because we really need removal. And then this pick is kind of just a nothing pick. Settled wasn't great for us in the matchups that we ended up in, but we could have grabbed the Overgrown Tomb for Fine Finality. That didn't really end up mattering to us a whole lot. So that pick, I'm not really sure if we would have done anything differently. This pick, if we'd been going down the green route, we could have picked up a Huntmaster, which would have been a solid playable in our deck. Otherwise, I like the Predation pick. There's also still a Lay Claim lying around, which we could have also grabbed. Between these two, actually, Lay Claim might be slightly better because I guess it would have just depended on which direction we felt like we were going, if we were red or green. So it's pretty hard to say. But I think the green lane may have ultimately resulted in a better deck in this particular draft. This card doesn't seem all that good. Could we have rocked this? Makes treasures. Mill stuff for Lurrus, but you can't play it with Lurrus. Yeah, so I don't think we were interested in anything out of this pack. So Stomping Ground was the pick no matter what avenue we were going down. And similarly here, not really anything going on. Yeah, and then Yorion would have been pretty sick in our green deck. If we ended up green-blue or Bant or whatever. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, it was a really tough draft. Couple of picks there where we should have just taken the removal spells, I think. And, I mean, going into this pack, we were pretty messed up. We didn't have a lot of threats. We didn't see a lot of good synergy pieces for Lurrus. And we just kind of dug into that lane and it didn't work out, which happens sometimes in Cube. But anyways, curious to get your feedback. If you enjoyed the video, please do click like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, if you think we could have done something differently in the draft than what I've sort of described in this review, do let me know, and etc. Would love to hear from you. Thanks as always for watching and supporting the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.